we're gonna get started, if we can go to closed session and then come back, because she's gonna start around 6:20 and the kids are gonna show up.
Okay, you want me to go through approval of minutes first and then
Yeah.
go into session? Okay. All right. I will call it, are we live, guys? Okay, we're live. I call the meeting to order. Would we please rise for the flag salute in the back of the room?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If we would all remain standing for a moment of silence for all those in harm's way and all of our military, home and abroad. Thank you. We can all be seated. The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act of the State of New Jersey have been satisfied by the inclusion of the date, time, and place of this meeting in the notice of regular meetings adopted by this board on January 6, 2025. Such schedule and notice of meetings is posted at the Municipal Building, the Mount Olive Library, the Board of Education offices, and the 6 schools. Was submitted to the Daily Record for publication on January 7, 2025. And was filed with the clerk of Mount Olive Township on January 8, 2025. I direct that this announcement be entered into the minutes of this meeting. A roll call, please.
Mrs. Aquino?
Here.
Mrs. Fenton?
Here.
Mrs. Figuera?
Here.
Mrs. Fitzgerald?
Here.
Dr. Giordano?
Here.
Mrs. Melendez?
Here.
Mrs. Narcisse?
Here.
Mrs. O'Neill? Mr. Orzillo?
Here.
And with that, we will take a motion, Ms. Figueroa, I'm going to put you on the spot, for the approval of our minutes 2.1 through 2.4.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Do we have any comments or questions from board members? Nope. Seeing none, we'll move on, and we'll take a roll call.
Mrs. Figuera?
Yes.
Mrs. Aquino?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenton?
Yes.
Mrs. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Dr. Giordano?
Yes.
Mrs. Melendez?
Yes.
Mrs. Narcisse?
Yes.
Mr. Orzillo?
Yes.
And with that, we'll take a motion for confidential session.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Be it resolved that the board meet in confidential session for the purpose of discussing negotiations, personnel, matters of client attorney privilege, pending or anticipated litigation, confidential people matters, and real estate matters. Be it further resolved that matters discussed in confidential session be disclosed to the public with the reason for when the reason for confidentiality no longer exists. We are in confidential session. I'm going to call us back to session. Can we take a roll call, please?
Mrs. Aquino?
Here.
Mrs. Fenton?
Here.
Mrs. Figuera?
Here.
Mrs. Fitzgerald?
Here.
Dr. Giordano?
Here.
Mrs. Melendez?
Here.
Mrs. Narcisse?
Here.
Mrs. O'Neill?
Here.
Mr. Orzillo?
Here.
And with that, we'll move to communications and petitions. Superintendent and members of the board may acknowledge any communications and/or petitions received. Do we have anything?
No.
Nope. And with that, we will move to the superintendent's report.
At this time, we'd like to invite the high school administrative team up to discuss the accolades of our class of 2025, as well as all our AP achievements for our previous school year.
Yeah.
Well, this is a different cutter, right? Okay, got it. Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm Suze Wostecki. As you know, this is Kevin's pride and joy, so I'm sure you're watching, Mr. Stansberry. I hope we do you proud. Mr. Stansberry put together his accolades, accomplishments, and aspirations slideshow to show off, as he should, all of the great accomplishments of our class of 2025, due in large part, of course, to our entire staff and also our fabulous administrative team. So, as you know, we are a high school with unprecedented opportunity. There was a slide a few slides further in, but you may have heard that our ranking went up in U.S. News and World Report, so we're very, very proud of that and pleased. I would think that all of the extracurricular activities that we offer come into play with regard to that ranking, and this is just a very small sampling. It would be very hard to get it all on one slide of all that Mount Olive High School has to offer to our students. I met with the freshman team, or the freshman students rather, with our team, and when I told them that I graduated in 1988, that we had, you know, a very small portion of these opportunities at my high school. So currently, we are now 1589 in the entire United States. Out of 24,000 plus schools, we are in the top 6% of best high schools in the country. We are number 80 in New Jersey, number 56 out of public high schools, and number 9 in Morris County. And again, as you all know, Mr. Stansberry loves to do his statistics, so when he boiled it down even further, we are even higher than that when you take out some of the non-public schools. So again, congratulations, this is excellent. Here's just a sampling, of course, of some of the schools in Morris County, and you can see where we are highlighted towards the top again. Our student enrollment was approximately 1511, our national ranking 1580, our state ranking 80, and our county, again, 9. So this is, again, wonderful news. We're very proud of our students and our staff. We work hard and we play hard, and if you're ever at the high school, you know that. Lots of laughs in between all of the hard work, and certainly Mr. Stansberry's lip dub obsession. I'm going to let Mr. Feltman, who oversees our Student Services Office, talk a little bit about the class of 2025 and their accomplishments.
They are. You know, each year we send about 85% of our students to some post-secondary college. 64% of them this past year went to a four-year school. The rest of the breakdown is up. We graduated about 361 students last year. They're attending, the next click. Mr. Stansberry has it in twice. Okay, that's a breakdown by demographic and nationality, so you can take a look at those numbers. Go ahead. And now we're on to our state scores. The school district, 68% of high school 11th graders passed the math portion of the NJGPA, and 95% of our 11th graders earned a passing score on the ELA test. And I'll turn it back over to Ms. Wostecki to go over some of our other highlights.
Okay, as you can see, these are some of the highlights of the class of 2025. 84% of the graduates will be pursuing post-secondary education, with 63% attending four-year colleges and universities. Our graduating seniors will be attending colleges and universities across the country, including institutions such as Johns Hopkins University, Northeastern University, Lafayette College, Cornell University, University of Chicago, and NYU. 98 students have opted to remain in the state of New Jersey to attend one of our fine four-year institutions. I'm going to plug Rutgers. While 78 students will start college utilizing the resources of our community college network. 24 graduates will enter the workforce, and this is very honorable and impressive. 5 graduates from the 2025 class will serve our nation as a member of the armed forces. And yes. And as always, our generous community awarded over $65,000 in scholarship money, and as always, we appreciate their commitment and support in helping our students. 3 students were recognized as National Merit Commended Students. And additionally, we are proud to recognize our 34 graduating seniors who have earned the Seal of Biliteracy Diploma, which is a distinguished honor that celebrates proficiency in 2 or more languages. This reflects your dedication, cultural awareness, and communication skills in an increasingly global world. And I would just like to say, because I used to supervise the World Language Department, that my favorite part about that Seal of Biliteracy is that it went to a lot of our students who didn't get other awards. So it really made them feel seen and heard, and we commended them for taking a chance on that diploma. Our valedictorian, Blessing Anyangwe, is attending Johns Hopkins, and our salutatorian, Tanusha D'Souza, is attending the Honors College at NJIT. Our MORT team, as always, had a very successful year. They were the 2025 Mount Olive District winner, the Centennial District First Impact Award, and they won the Mid-Atlantic District Championship. And those kids and advisors work hard and around the clock. I see them in their black and yellow shirts all the time after school. Similarly, our underwater robotics team, MATE, took second place in technical documentation. Our 12th grade health seniors participated in our community awareness night. I know some of you were there. We have been doing this for a few years, where the seniors get to work in a group and choose a passion project, basically, and provide a presentation to everybody who attends that night on things such as mental health, physical health, all sorts of areas of health, and how to lead a healthy lifestyle. And that was held in the main gym and was very well attended. I'm sure you came to all of our fabulous plays. This year we put The Prom on in the fall, and Grease, one of my favorites, in the spring. And I have to say, I love all the plays, but Grease certainly won my heart this year. So if you haven't had a chance to come to any of our school's productions, I highly encourage you to do so. I dragged my husband along a couple of times, and he was like, oh, a school play. And then afterwards, he's like, that was not just a school play. So I'm anxious to see what they're putting on this year. This year, our drama club also, as always, won many awards. 4 seniors won awards for their performances in Grease and The Prom at the Bucks County Drama Festival. Seniors in both ensembles of Grease and The Prom won Best Ensemble Awards at the Bucks County Drama Festival. 1 senior was nominated for Best Solo at the Bergen Pack Awards. 1 senior won Best Lighting Designer for Grease at the Bergen Pack Awards. 1 senior was part of a duet that won first place in musical theater at Morris County Teen Arts. Another senior won second place in musical theater at Morris County Teen Arts. Seniors in our Thespian Society won Performance Excellence at Morris County Teen Arts. Another senior was nominated for Best Overall Actor for The Prom at Montclair's Foxy Awards, and another one at the same awards for Best Lighting Design. Seniors in The Prom were nominated for Best Overall Production and Best Ensemble at the Foxy Awards. And 1 senior won for Lighting Design at Paper Mill Playhouse Rising Star Awards. Our Air Force Junior ROTC also had a very successful year. 14 seniors fulfilled all 4 years of the Air Force Junior ROTC program and are recognized today with the red, white, and blue cord. That would have been at graduation. 9 of those seniors are part of the executive leadership who led the largest class of cadets to date, with 123 Corps cadets in obtaining a perfect score on their annual unit assessment by headquarters, resulting in an exceeds standards rating and capturing the prestigious Distinguished Unit Award with merit. And I think, Mr. Feltman, that was the event we attended where some of them were standing for a very long time, and it looked like they might pass out, a few of them, but they did it. It was very impressive. 17 seniors contributed to the record-setting 1,902 cumulative hours of community service. 7 seniors competed in last year's junior ROTC drill competitions and came home with a record-setting 12 trophies, with 6 first place, 4 second place, and 1 third place, and the unit's first ever overall first place trophy. And 1 senior was selected for the Air Force Junior ROTC Flight Academy Scholarship and earned their private pilot's license. And if you've met Chief Bedell, he also lives and breathes Mount Olive and the Junior ROTC program. So congratulations to him as well. Drill competition, we had an unarmed color guard achieving first place, an armed color guard first place, solo exhibition first place, and dual exhibition first place to Kyle Ensinger and Jaziel Ona. First place in the athletic challenge, first place in the academic challenge, and the unarmed overall winner. So again, congratulations to our Junior ROTC Air Force program. Mount Olive High School inclusivity, as you know, is a top priority. Our unified program was wonderful last year. We've added some new courses this year. The sports program is wonderful. It's the only sports teams that let me play with them, so I always enjoy playing basketball with our unified teams, and it's always a great time. Some more sports highlights. This year, the gymnastics team was crowned state champs. Our wrestling team was district and regional state champs. Our outstanding conference and county champions include teams in field hockey and gymnastics, volleyball, baseball, flag football, with wrestling also taking home the prestigious Morris County Championship title. We had the honor of celebrating multiple coaches who earned Coach of the Year recognition, which is a testament, of course, to their exceptional leadership. And beyond team victories, our athletes consistently pushed their boundaries, with multiple players breaking conference, county, school, and even state records. This commitment to athletic excellence is further highlighted by the 120 athletes who were 3 seasoned participants, demonstrating incredible dedication year-round. This remarkable talent extends to their next chapters, as 24 of our graduating student athletes from the class of 2025 will continue their athletic careers at the collegiate level, alongside numerous individuals honored with Scholar Athlete Awards. Dual enrollment, we have some programs working with Seton Hall, Fairleigh Dickinson, and Keene University. And advanced placement, which is, I think, the reason for our large audience tonight. Our AP results, again, were excellent. My vision isn't great, but I think it says 856 students took the exam with an average score of 3.48, 6, thank you. And nearly 80% of our students scored a score of 3, 4, or 5. And the highlighted column all the way to the right shows the increase in scores from previous years and compared to New Jersey, Mount Olive versus New Jersey. In that same vein, Mr. Feltman and I are now going to present our AP scholars with their certificates. We did ask for an RSVP because there were really quite a few students who earned this distinction. So when we call your names, if you could please come up, and if you are here and I don't call your name, stand up, jump, shout, get my attention. I will find your certificate because I have it here. So just to clarify, I have my cheat sheet here because it does get a little confusing here, but to be recognized as an AP Scholar, you would have had to score 3 or higher on 3 or more exams. A Scholar with Honor, you would have scored a 3.25 average and scores of 3 or higher on 4 or more exams. An AP Scholar with Distinction, a 3.5 average score, and 3 or higher on 5 or more exams. To be a capstone diploma recipient, you would have had to take and succeed with the seminar and research exams and scores of 3 or higher on both exams and on 4 additional exams. And the seminar and research certificates go to students who have successfully completed both the seminar and research courses with a score of 3 or higher. So, without further ado, Lakshana Arumugam. Logan Berg. Aiden Bobby. Sudev Chathari. Madison Clemente. Okay. Madison, I think I have 2 awards for you, AP Scholar and AP Seminar and Research. Jacob Kramer. Catherine Hu. Oliver Hoon. Benjamin Kennedy. Aaron Klein. Dominic Landolfi. Sumeta Maramganti. Richard E. Mataskill. Sven Moray. Jillian Moscatello. Also getting 2 awards. Anthony Murray. Meryl Piapilli. Rithish Raghu. Vaibhavi Ray. Nakul Ramprasad. Arman Shankar. Sanvi Shankar. Liam Shelton. Liam, I bet that's your dad or grandfather, right? Abigail Stewart. Benjamin Sweck. Rashada Trevidi. Sophia Trombley. Also getting 2 awards. Dylan Vadanapradet. He has your certificate. Anthony Walsh. Richard Wang. Is there anybody who did an RSVP but is here? I probably have your certificate. Okay, so just to show everybody, this is the pile. So this is how many students, they might be on summer vacation, they couldn't attend, but this is how many students we had receive one of these awards. So that's quite an accomplishment. So congratulations to all of them. And the last slide was Kevin's plug for the lip dub, as you saw. So go home and watch it again, because we know how he loves that. Thank you.
Are we live? Before everybody leaves, are there any comments from the board? Well, Dr. Giordano.
Thank you, Madam President. Just congratulations, Ms. Z and Mr. Stansberry and the high school staff. Mr. Feldman, excellent job. I just want to point out a couple things to our community and to the board. That second slide, when we talk about Mount Olive High School, unprecedented opportunities, that is something no other high school, in my opinion, being in the field myself for a long time, absolutely does not do for their students or for their community. I was fortunate enough to work at Berkeley Heights. Governor Livingston High School just rose from number 90 to 54. I guarantee you that school does not offer, I know for a fact, that high school does not offer their students what we here in Mount Olive offer. And I know a lot of their board members want them, and a lot of their teachers want them, and a lot of administrators outside the high school principal want them to offer what we do here. Hopefully they'll get it together. So when we hear in the community how much our taxes are going up, I get it. Everyone's taxes are going up. I think it's archaic that school education in the state of New Jersey is funded off a property tax. It's a very repressive system, but that's the system we have to do. And our goal as a board, and in past boards of eds and past superintendents, including Dr. Lamonte, Dr. Reynolds, Dr. Zawicki, and our current superintendent, Dr. Banjo, have recognized that we want to continue to move our district forward, continuous school improvement. And we're fortunate enough as a Board of Ed, past and current Board of Ed members, to have a principal, Mr. Stansberry, who understood that, was willing to take that challenge. And we always didn't agree with Mr. Stansberry on what we wanted to do, but he got on board with it and said, hey, I have some great ideas that we can start to give our students these opportunities to find themselves. And that's what we do in Mount Olive. So although I'm very proud of our score being 80 and us moving up the ranks, I hope our community does recognize and know, especially my fellow board members whose students are going to be freshmen, your children have tenfold the opportunities my kids did even 8 years ago. So I just want people to know that that's a great score, but really, I don't really care about scores. I care more about the opportunities that we're giving our students. And so I think that's everything to be proud of. And certainly the high school administrative staff should stand up and take a bow. So thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Nope. I think to piggyback off Dr. Giordano is we're looking to put students into the world that have global, experiences, opportunities that are outside the classroom. It is also proven when the students are engaged in their community as a school, they do better in the classroom. They have more purpose, whether it's on the sports field, whether it's the TV production or more. Our students are global, individuals going out into the world and experiencing and then sharing those experiences in their next journey. So I do absolutely, say get involved. There's something for everybody at this district. And congratulations, your accomplishments, students, amazing. Do you ever sleep, is my question. Any other comments from the board? Dr. Bangia?
I just want to echo everyone's sentiment. We are incredibly proud of our students, and most importantly, our staff as well, because certainly it's the staff behind the students who really create those opportunities, and that was reflective today when we had our opening with the staff today. So thank you for everyone having a warm welcome, and we're hitting the ground running for the welcoming the students back this Wednesday.
And with that, if any of the students wish to depart, now would be the time. I'll give you guys like a minute or two.
room is clearing.
We're not taking a full break, everyone.
The room is clearing.
Oh, stay for this riveting meeting?
Personnel, you're going to be up next.
Got it.
On deck, on deck.
On deck. Look, I got my thing so big. Look at this.
Consent agenda, Madam President.
I'm in favor.
Aye.
Okay. I think most of the students have departed. With that, we're going to move on to the remaining reports. Personnel Committee report, Ms. Fenton.
Hi there. Yes, we met on the 19th of this month. So Ms. Aquino could not be there, and her place was... Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
All right. You can hear me? All right. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but Ms. Melendez, you were there in place of Ms. Aquino, correct?
Yes, I was there.
Yes. I get confused between C&T and personnel. So we had our district hiring update by Mr. Moore with an overview of all the new hires. They were invited to meet at the board this September. I think it's,
Next board meeting, yep.
next week. K through 12 science supervisor search update. Mr. Moore updated the committee on the status of a science supervisor position. The post is still open. We have a lunch recess monitor job descriptions right now. One of the things, am I allowed to say about their vests?
The vests?
Vests?
Sure.
All right. One of the things about that is everybody gets to have a nice yellow vest if they're going to be lunch or recess monitors. So we could tell. Yes. So you could be the proud wearer. We also looked at the county average substitute pay rates, and we have raised the rates quite substantially.
We're looking into it. We haven't finalized that yet.
Oh, we haven't finalized
No,
that
we
yet.
haven't. We haven't.
Okay.
So
Well,
we're-
we made a suggestion.
Yes.
Yes. I'm sorry.
That's
Please.
all right.
And that's about it. We just had some other small confidential discussions. That's it.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
Dr. Bangia, I would just like to say that if the 140 does not work for our subs, that this board considers going a little higher than that. Because there's neighboring districts that pay more than 140. So if we find that we're struggling with substitutes, I think we need to go a little higher.
What do neighboring districts, do we know? Average?
Yeah, we looked, we created a chart, looked at all, it spreads. We're on the lower end.
Got it.
We're on the lower end. Okay. So,
Right now, we're low for our daily rate. We're pretty high for permanent subs. So what we kicked around was if we raised the daily sub rate, we'd want to raise up the permanent sub rate. So
For a
at the meeting, we were
differential.
just throwing around numbers, and Dr. Banjo, she gave us a spreadsheet on what was surrounding districts do. So right now on the low rate, right now currently it's 140 to 160, depending on daily rates, the size of districts, needs and stuff like that. So, but again, we tend to task our substitutes a little bit more with what we, can anyone hear me? I'm sorry, thank you, Dr. Manager. We tend to task our subs a little bit more, I think, than other districts do. So when you sub for Mount Olive, you just don't follow the teacher's schedule. When that teacher has a prep, you're shifted to another area. You only get basically a lunch. So that's another thing we asked Dr. Bangia to investigate. So that's why we didn't really sell on that 140 rate. We're still kind of kicking around this.
Why would they need a prep, though, if they're subbing?
We used to do that. So back in the day, we changed that years ago to say we need to get more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but other districts, the sub, back in the day when I used to sub, like when I was young enough, you used to follow the teachers. So when they had a prep, you had a prep. Now it's kind of, that was a little long time ago. Not as long as you, Ms. Aquino, but.
Wow. Can we move on?
But so, yeah,
For the peace of mind, Ms. Aquino, we discussed that, yes, in the meeting, and we were the perspective of the lower and the higher, and then we came to the mean, to an average that is competitive, is still competitive, even when it's in the lower end.
Thank you.
and we have to look at our fill rates too. You know, I agree with you. If we're not in our fill rates,
Let's raise it.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, with that, we'll move on to Curriculum and Instruction Committee report. Mr. Figueroa?
The CNC committee met last Monday, the 18th, in Dr. Bangia's office. I was not present. Mrs. Narcisse and I switched meetings last week, so She was a guest on my behalf. Dr. Bangia was present, Dr. Reagan, Mrs. O'Neill, and Mrs. Fenton. We also had some other guests, including Deb Huffman, and Mr. Giordano was in attendance. The committee discussed, they finalized their board goal to support the curricular and instructional practices of the district. Oh, I thought you were going to say something. Okay. Another topic was special education. They planned professional development work. They also updated the 2025-2026 school calendar. Elementary curriculum night was discussed. Dr. Reagan discussed the early planning phases of the first annual elementary curriculum night, which is planned for Wednesday, November 12th. NJSLA and NJGPA updates were given by Dr. Bangia. Another topic of discussion was the National Assessment of Educational Progress, also known as the NAEP, Long-Term Trend Assessment, in regards to Tins Road School. iTeach was also discussed. It's a fully online, asynchronous, and alternative pathway to obtaining a standard New Jersey teaching license. And Dr. Kreider provided a technology report, which was reviewed.
Do we have questions or comments from the board? Dr. Giordano.
Thank you, Madam President. And just to follow up to Ms. Figueroa's update there on the just so everyone knows, the NJSLA and NJGPA updates. With the NJSLA, that has, I know Dr. Bangia updated the full board on it. The state is proposing changing that test for the spring and doing field testing in the fall. So if parents ask you, I'm sure those letters will start going out from the schools at some point in September. I'm sure our parents in our community may get up in arms. So that's why I want to put it out there now for the 5 people that are home watching this, that they can get a handle of this, to understand that this is to the state, although we don't know if this is going to happen or not because it's the state and there's a lot of things going on. So if you want to say something about that, Dr.
Yeah, and certainly right now we're waiting on to see what sections of the test each grade level is required to take. We don't have that information. They're saying that it's not going to be the entire test, but we're not sure if it's 2 days, 3 days, 1 day. So we're holding that information. That's why we're holding off on sharing our assessment calendar, because we don't actually know from a state perspective how many days that's going to entail with respect to NJSLA and NJGPA for the field test this fall. With respect to the the NAP, which is that national test that our Tins Road was chosen to take, that's definitely going to be happening. It's one of those tests that are administered across the nation to calibrate as far as how we're performing against other schools across the nation. So it's it's one of those tests that we do get chosen for periodically.
And just to follow up to that too, Dr. Bangia, and correct me if I'm wrong, really, we're doing this field test because the state is finishing up their contract with Pearson, who gave the test, is not renewing it, so there's a new vendor coming in.
Yes.
So now this whole cycle starts again with school districts having to spend their own money from tax dollars to train and make sure infrastructure all set up and all that stuff. So we'll see
it's a different set type of test. It's adaptive, meaning that how a student responds to a question will dictate the questions that will proceed from there. So that's certainly a different type of test that students have never taken, hence the field test. I certainly understand the logic behind it, but to then, as a school district, to be told not exactly to know how many days, and also, we don't also want to over-test our students. That's something that we're very conscientious about, that, at the start of the school year, they're valuable days. Kids are very engaged, they're excited to be in school. And, we don't want to spend them all in some kind of testing form, whether it be something that's given at the state, national, or something that we do at the local level.
Do we know the vendor? Do you know the vendor's doing that test?
I don't know the name on the top of my head.
No.
Yeah.
So just a question, are these two, so there's the New Jersey Student Learning Assessment Adaptive and the New Jersey Graduation Proficiency Assessment Adaptive. Those are additional, or are they replacing the NJSLA and NJGPA?
So there's two different things going on. Right now, we have the field test, which is going to, I want to say, look at how this new test, the adaptive test, is going to be, because they've never taken that type of test. Moving forward, starting the spring of 26, the NJSLA as well as the NJGPA is going to be adaptive, which is that format in which the questions are going to be dictated as far as their responses to a prior question. So every child sitting in a classroom may get totally different tests.
Just like our diagnostic center.
Exactly, just like a diagnostic test.
So,
Yes.
but at the moment, though, for these field tests, that means there's two
There's
additional
going to be,
tests.
yes, so fall administration and spring administration, but only spring is going to be counting.
So, but for our students, that means it's taking classroom learning time
Yes.
away from them, you know, and engagement and time with their teachers to actually be learning, let alone being tested on.
And we've been in contact with the county and we expressed our frustration. Certainly, we recognize transitioning to a new type of test. There's a level of importance for students to get acclimated to it, but not to be told as far as the parameters in which that test is going to be administered, and it's already September.
Yeah.
And that is a bit frustrating. Right, because we always want to do right by kids, right? And that's really what we're always going to do. But if we don't have the parameters in which test is going to be administered, number of days, number of sections, it's very difficult for us to then administer our important diagnostic tests.
Yeah.
Because those are local things that we give. So, but to my point before, we also don't want to over-test our students. So we're going to have a lot of decisions to make, you know, come September as far as what we're going to end up being required to do and what we should do. So we're going to have those conversations, and certainly we'll be engaging the Curriculum and Technology Committee as far as our steps moving forward. But certainly the responsiveness of the county has been very, very appreciative. All officials at the county level have been very keen and understanding of our frustration, if that's a nice word to how to phrase it.
So, and then the other question, though, is these tests, the data from that, how much do we get and at what time frame do we obtain that data as a district, or is it more for the state's own?
To be honest with you, we do get them relatively quick. When I say quick, for example, the NJSLA, we got those results in July, but those are also at the macro level, meaning that we only got the scores on the total sections of ELA and math. It's not the breakdown in which we kind of analyze that data comes in about September, so that we do use that data. You know, our staff are very data-wise individuals, and they incorporate that into their PLC time, in which they make data-informed decisions as far as placement is concerned and supports. And that's really, we don't try to use state testing as a got-you by any means. If there is used in a placement, it is used in context of multiple measures. You know, one of the things that I am very proud about the district is that we're not a data-driven district. You know, we have to obviously make it inform our decision-making, so that's why I like to use the term data-informed and not data-driven, because kids are much more than test scores. But certainly to your question, we do get the scores much sooner than we have in the past as far as all tests are concerned, but we get them in July, initial overall scores, in September, and we get those breakdown scores, and families should be receiving their individual students' reports sometime in October.
Any other questions? I know we've kind of harped on that a bit. Nope, seeing none. Okay, we will move on to Finance and Operations. Ms. Fitzgerald.
Yes, Finance and Operations met August 18th. In attendance were myself, Ms. Schoening, Dr. Bangia, Ms. Narcisse, and Ms. O'Neill. We started by reviewing security, transportation, and facilities reports. Just a note on transportation, I'm sure you guys have seen Stop Finder has rolled out. I think we have, at that point, this was before a lot of the notifications went out, we already had 600 people who had downloaded the app. If you haven't used it, it's like tracking your Amazon package, but that package is your child. It's very exciting. So there's going to be a bunch of different phases of it that will be rolling out and a lot of different functionalities, but it is very cool. As a parent who can never tell when I should get to the bus stop, I'm really excited about it. So that was the first part, and then we went on to learn, Ms. Schoening said that the audit for our 2024-25 year has started. She also shared that her team has been busy on a purchasing manual for the 2025-26 year, and so it's just going to be going over the processing of purchase orders, the way to do that in compliance with purchase laws, and then our staff is going to be retrained on those best practices. We reviewed a potential guidance suite project at the high school, discussed some potential options there and estimates. There will be more discussion on that in the future. We also looked at a couple grants. We have a couple grants out that are kind of interesting. We have the fiscal year 25 violence prevention grant and the water infrastructure grant. The violence prevention grant, that we should be notified early fall, fingers crossed on that. And then the water infrastructure grant is due August 31st. And then a couple projects. So the high school stadium drain repair, that is complete, which is exciting. That is done. Thank you to the team who worked on that. The Sand Shore Direct Install project, our financing was approved, so that's 0% over 5 years, which is great. Our concession services RFP has been re-advertised. We didn't get a great showing the first time, so we're hoping for a great showing the second. And then we also will be discussing more in the future overtime analysis. We'll be reviewing that. And then we are also looking for a new property manager appointment to our office, our board office building. Did I miss anything? We covered a lot in that.
Just two things I want to expand upon. That concession RFP that Ms. Fitzgerald is referring to is a company that we would like to contract out, a company in general, as far as the advertising for our Jumbotron.
Yes.
So it's something that I just want to be clear on as far as that, because we generate revenue from it, we want to make sure that we are operating within, the money we're required to. So that's why we issued the RFP. We're looking forward to some companies putting in for it so we can get that off the ground.
That would
So
be
we have
great.
been working diligent behind the scenes in order to take that place. The other one is the NJ Cool Grant. I know
Oh,
that
yes.
Chris. So just to let you know, we are looking to pursue the NJ Cool Grant, which is a grant that was put out by the state to replace, cooling and heating units, so to speak. And we're looking to, 3 of our schools qualified because you had to be within an overburdened, portion of town. And so there are a couple of schools that we're looking at to ensure to get about 50% of the cost paid through by the state. That's something really we're excited about. So we're looking at talking to some of the companies to see if that's something that we want to pursue. But certainly that's another cost savings along with the ROD grant that we got here for the HVAC. So the district has been doing a number of things for the past couple of years to address the infrastructure at a rate that's much lower than if we just paid out of pocket. So we're excited about pursuing the Cool Grant as well.
Yeah, and I have to, again, kudos to our team and administrators who have been really diligent about looking into grants as options to really reduce the financial burden on the district. It's really phenomenal.
And certainly, Ms. Shoney can probably speak to our direct install project over at Sand Shore is going to be beginning soon, correct?
Yes.
So that's another cost savings. And how much to the district, percentage-wise, do you call, Ms. Shoney?
That was a savings of about 65%.
So 65% of savings on that. The ROD grant was about how much savings? 33%?
That's about 34%.
34%, and then if we pursue this Cool Grant, 50% savings on that as well, and that does not include the direct install that we did at the district building, in which we also saved about
That was 75%.
75% cost that we saved as well. Plus, we also earned that recent playground grant.
Yes.
Right.
That was $100,000.
$100,000.
And yet, so we're not talking like tiny dollars. We're
Yeah.
talking hundreds of thousands of dollars in savings, which is phenomenal.
So when you look at the combinations of all those grants that we pursued in the past 3 years, we're looking at substantial savings for the community, while at the same time ensuring that our facilities are top-notch and safe places for both our students and staff.
Agreed.
Any other questions from the board?
Very thorough.
That's his
All
favorite.
right, seeing none, we're going to move to policy, to the policy committee, and we have Ms. Melendez.
Yes, the policy committee, we met on August 19. We were Ms. Fitzgerald, Dr. Giordano, and Dr. Banja in attendance. At the meeting, so the policy committee review Strauss made recommended policy and regulation revision, creation and abolishment. Policies, regulations focus a wide variety of topics, including those impacting the business operation, personnel, and student health, specifically the new sunscreen policy. District recommended policy changes focus on student health for the lives and student privacy. Recent court decisions were discussed also that impact the above policies and future policy changes.
I just want to bring attention to that sunscreen policy, which is new. So certainly after the next meeting, which we'll have the second reading, we'll set up more information to our families. That's going to enable students to bring sunscreen with permission to school in order to apply it, so that we can ensure that their sun safety is a priority for the school district.
Any other questions or comments from the board related to policy? Okay, seeing none. Oh, I lost my spot. Here we go. I'm back up. Sorry. Seeing none, we'll move on to subcommittee and parent-teacher association liaison reports. Do we have anyone from the public tonight? Oh, hi, Amy.
Hello. I'm Amy Marini, one of the co-leaders for CPAG, the Special Education Parent Advisory Group. I know I say that every time. Welcome to a new school year for everybody. I really just wanted to say, welcome. We still are meeting every month, the second Tuesday of the month. September, we actually are shifting to September 11th, Thursday, because the middle school's back to school night actually falls on the same night. We don't want parents to have to choose where they're going. So we'll be sending out something about that shortly. We still will be alternating. So the district will be coming, so September, November, January, so forth. And then it'll be parent only for the alternate months. So that way we can get some more feedback, kind of really work together, both to collaborate with the district, but also to really get that information from the parents. I know I sent you all the SEAC stuff. Sorry it was so late, but I'm hopeful that it was helpful. So that way the links are there. So the SEAC is the State Special Education Advisory Council. Their dates just came out for this school year. So, exciting stuff, if you would. We always are looking for more people to join us. If you have any questions, either reach out to me or, any of you guys, I suppose. You can point them in the direction of CPAG. And, looking forward to a good year of collaboration between the district and the parents. Thanks.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? No? Okay, seeing none. Anyone else for subcommittee and parent-teacher association liaisons?
I do on behalf of the FPTA. They sent me a message. They have a welcome back breakfast for teachers planned as donated by the parents. In partnership with their spirit wear provider, they have student t-shirts and teacher t-shirts to be used throughout the year, designed. They've distributed folders and agendas throughout all of the classrooms. They've successfully welcomed their newest students to Mountain View in preschool. Tomorrow, the fifth graders are invited to participate in a Chalk the Walk event to welcome all students with words of encouragement. They are also greeting all kindergartners with kindergarten swag bags filled with scholastic goodies. They have sign-up sheets via a QR code for all volunteers for the many events that they have coming up this school year. They will be provided at back-to-school night. The first PTA meeting is scheduled for September 7th, and their membership sign-up is up and ready for members to start joining for the year.
Do we have questions from the board? No? I will actually add to it. I actually attended the Mount Olive Township Council meeting. It was a workshop meeting on August 19th. A couple items of interest related to the school district and just community members in general. They actually read out a resolution authorizing a cost share agreement between the New Jersey Department of Transportation and the township to move forward with implementing a traffic light at Route 46 in Conley. It's a 25% cost sharing agreement between the Department of Transportation and the township. There was another item of interest. They appointed and approved Michael Schwartz for instructor to run an after-school program, which is run by the rec department. So I don't have much information. I did ask for details on that additional programming. The other item that was of interest on our radar is the passed resolution authorizing and directing the Township Planning Board to conduct a preliminary investigation to determine whether a proposed study area at 3100 Continental Drive, Block 301, Lot 4, can be designed as a non-condemnation area in need of redevelopment pursuant to NJSA 40A semicolon 12A-1. Essentially, they're looking to see if the planning board will evaluate and do a survey if that area can be developable. The township owns over 50 acres in that area, is my understanding. And that was really all that was pertinent to the district. Any questions? No?
Why don't you let me know?
Oh, yep.
Sorry.
Go on.
I just want to casually mention that I did attend planning board. They asked me to please just inform them what any of our capital projects, which we really had none. We were doing all improvements. They're very pleased to see us there. They did ask some questions on what we plan on doing with all the children we'll be getting with the new buildings, and we had a small discussion about that hopefully we'll keep discussing, but it was just a very casual conversation to start up what we've been doing and what we will be doing.
Any other questions from the board? No? Okay, seeing none. President's report, other than new school year. Have a great year. All the students, all the parents, please, staff. We're back to, I'm going to call it back to academic focus, I think, for everyone. And with that, I will move on to public comments on action items. Members of the community may comment on any action item prior to board discussion. Please state your name and address for the record. All comments must be respectfully presented. Abusive or obscene comments will not be tolerated. And there is the additional public comments on all items at the end of the agenda. So the mic is open for public comments on action items. Nope, do we need like the Jeopardy music going? Okay, with that, going once, twice. All right, we'll close out public comment. We are going to move on, and we're actually going to do a consent agenda if everyone is in favor. And I will take a motion to approve item 7.1 all the way through, and I'm going to call on somebody. All the way down to 11.19. And Dr. Giordano, I'm going to put you on the spot like always.
Super, thank you. On the recommendation of the superintendent, move action item 7.1 all the way down to...
19.
I like to do it myself, thank you.
Well, it's going to just take longer.
11.19.
Second.
Questions or comments from the board? No? Okay. Seeing none, we will take a roll call.
Dr. Giordano?
Yes.
Mrs. Aquino?
Yes.
Mrs. Fenton?
Yes.
Mrs. Figuera?
Yes.
Mrs. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mrs. Melendez?
Yes.
Mrs. Narcisse?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Neill?
I abstain from anything for Christian, Humphrey, or special education.
Mr. Orzillo?
Yes.
All right, with that, the mic is open for public comment. Students, parents, employees, and community members may comment on any item of interest pertaining to the Mount Olive School District. Please state your name and address for the record. All comments must be respectfully presented. Abusive or obscene comments will not be tolerated. And the mic is open for any public comment. All right, I'm going to count down. Going once, going twice. Okay, we're closing out public comment then. And we will move to old business. Members of the board may comment on any item of topic that was previously discussed. Do we have anyone with old business? Nope. Okay, we'll move on. Anyone with new business? Nope. Okay, we'll keep moving. And we will move to board administrative comments. Members of the board may comment on any item of interest pertaining to the Mount Olive School District. We'll start at the end. Dr. Giordano.
No comment, Madam President.
Mrs. Fitzgerald?
No comment.
Mrs. Melendez?
Wishing everyone a very a productive school year that is commencing this week. Teachers already are at school and students will come in on Wednesday. So we hope you take advantage of all the opportunities that the school district offer you as students and engage not only academically, but also in specials and all the interests and activities and organizations that we have, and the teachers offer you at the classrooms, and offer also as mentors in the different organizations and the coaches on sport.
And Ms. Aquino.
I ditto, second that, and also congratulate the high school and all the administrative team, and congratulate the students for doing another wonderful year and moving us up the charts. Thank you for that.
Sven.
I'm going to ditto both of them, and I'm also going to say welcome back teachers and welcome back students. I hope you have a blessed year.
And with that, I'll also add, watch for our athletics and all of our other activities. I think football kicks off before our next meeting, so that's always a great time for the community. Also, before our next meeting, we have 9/11. On 9/11, 6:30 to 7:30, there is a vigil at the All Veterans Memorial. And Mrs. O'Neill, I think they're doing the All Veterans vigil as well? The 24-hour vigil?
Yes, they are again this year.
And will that be September or October?
It is in the date.
It's September.
It's September.
Yeah.
We'll put some information out about the All Veterans 24-hour vigil. Our ROTC usually participates as well. And with that, I will pass it on to Mr. Rosillo. Any comment?
No comment.
Mrs. Figueroa?
So all of my notes were already said, thank you. But I do want to add one thing. On Friday night, I was out on the field at the high school, and the new turf and track look fabulous and very squishy. It was very comfortable to sit on, to walk on. We had our cheer practice there.
No
and
pellets, right?
No pellets.
It was very
No
squishy.
pellets.
No pellets,
I
which
was
is the
awesome.
best of all. I'm so glad I'm not going to find those all
You're
around my
gonna love
house. Yes, it's a win-win for all.
Yeah.
And with
It
that,
is September 19th.
September 19th is the All Veterans 24-hour vigil.
Opening ceremony will be at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Okay. And any comments, Mrs. O'Neill, to add to that?
Just have a great year.
And Dr. Bandia?
I already said it, but good luck, everyone. Have a great year.
It'll be a great year. All right, with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.